Hi, welcome back to HowTechs. Today we're going to show you how to use the camera and camcorder on the OnePlus 3. So here we have a nice OnePlus 3, brand new. So the camera is this icon here on the bottom. So just touch that. It's a standard interface. Basically just hit the white button to take a photo. You can zoom in and out by pinching or by dragging here on the side. So here up at the top you have the flash and HDR settings. So there's basically three icons here, and you can enable or disable them by touching the icon. So if I want to turn the flash on and off, I just touch that, and that's either flash on, flash off, or automatic if you see the little A. And so if you see the A, it'll use the flash as needed. The second one is HD or non-HD, which is the compression on the file. And then you also have HDR, which is high dynamic range photo. So if you have a case where there's maybe an outdoor scene where part of the picture is in the shade and the background is the bright sky, you can use HDR to balance those out so that things don't either get washed out or too dark. So one of the issues I found is that this appears to be a bug. Once I turn it on, I can't disable it. But if you hit this one, it defaults back to disabled. And then again, once I touch it, it can't go off. But if I hit this one again, I think that's a bug. I don't know if it's not, but that's how you fix it. And now we have also, if you pull this up, you can adjust the camera mode. So you can go to video. You can also do slow motion and time lapse, and also manual mode. So let's go through these. The main one obviously is video. So in this case, it's a typical interface as well. So hit the red dot, you start recording. You can still take images while you're doing it. You see the timer going up here. Let's stop. If you hit this icon, it brings up the settings for this mode. So in this case, I can choose the video resolution, 4K, 1080p, 720p. 4K is quite a big file, so you might want to do, depending on where you're using it, if you're using it online or for a very long video, you might want to choose something like 720. This just turns on and off the grid. Not that useful for videos, I think. And then in this case also, for video, you can either turn the light on or turn it off. So that's pretty simple. One cool thing, let's go back to the camera mode. So in here, if you touch something, you can actually adjust the focus and then also the brightness. So if you pull this around, you can either go darker by going counterclockwise or brighter by going clockwise. And you can do it one full rotation. It's, I guess, 100% adjustment on the brightness and vice versa. So if it's something that's very bright, you might want to turn it down. And if it's something in the shadow, you might want to turn it up a bit. So that's actually pretty cool. And every time you touch it, it'll adjust the brightness and the color balance and the focus to that location. So those are those two. If you go to manual, it also brings up several other settings that you can do. If you're really into cameras, you might appreciate these. So you can adjust the ISO, the color balance, the shutter speed, and then I guess this is the focus. So in this case, let's see, like this one. So you just dial it back and forward. And this is the exposure settings. And then you can also still do the other adjustments. In this case, for the still camera, the adjustments are grid on and off. If you want to do a timer, 3, 5 second, 10 seconds, and also the aspect ratio. So if you're taking Instagram pictures, for example, you might want to take a pure square image just so that you make sure you have it framed right before you stick it in Instagram and it crops it. So those are the basic settings. You can also do panorama. So in this case, let's try it out. You just drag it. See if I go down. Oh, it actually adjusts the line so that So that's basically it. And then when you're done, you stop. So that's the basics on the camera. Don't forget also you can go to the front facing and rear facing camera by hitting this. Let's try it. One more thing, if you go to here, there's actually a gear up here which you can then hit to do some additional settings. You can set the location, so if you want to do geotagging on your photo, turn off the shutter sound, sometimes it gets annoying. And if you want to save the raw image, so this is the completely uncompressed non-JPEG image file, and then some additional settings just to tell you if your camera's up to date. So hopefully version 1.4.1 won't have that problem with the HDR toggling on and off. Okay, so if you have any questions, please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to check out all of our how-to videos here on HowTechs. Hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
But the steps are the same for both phones, so don't worry if yours is a little bit different than this one. Basically, what you want to do first to remove the SIM card is